So I was gonna leave the room and go do stuff, but I saw that that says to wait like a day, and I don't want to wait a day. I gotta keep working. All right, so let's go in Blender and try the same handheld. Just have fun, little. Blender's already giving me the business too. Come on, Blender, get it together. Not you two. Oh, my homie's over here talking about Macbeth being the goat. Now that is how you cheer me up. You talk about Macbeth? I love Macbeth. Hey, I'm about to watch that movie. I love Macbeth. Macbeth went hard. You know, we're talking about the one with Michael Fassbender. It just had such crazy color and lighting. Like, it was just a beautiful movie. Alright, and we're just trying the same thing. Just being the same thing. It's not even a matter of which one's better. I mean, obviously, I'm maximum proficient in Blender, so it's no competition there. But when I have them both on the same level, who knows? Probably CAD. And then in the end, we still have to solve it. So we could take it easy and just basically design it and pretend like it's someone else's job. Yeah, someone else is going to solve that. Just kidding. But that is like super conceited to think. So obviously, we're the guy cleaning it up. In fact, most jobs where I thought it was going to go to someone else, and at the end, at the very last minute, they're like, hey, you want a job? I'm like, not really. And next thing I know, I have a job. So that's, if it happens to me, it could happen to you. So we're going to just control click curve extract to extrude this out the back. And the fact that we just did this over in the other program is like a game plan basically for them to know exactly what to do in order to have parity, because these AI bangers, they be banging. I know y'all hate hearing that because people are like, I don't want to hear nothing about AI. Look, 10 years from now, it's just gonna be commonplace. All right, so I know that time's not today. Why did it not work out? No matter what, we have it on exact too. So let's Control Shift B, and we just make sure we can set fast exact, and we're on exact. So this should work. We have to go in here and it's not anything related to that. Let's decimate. It's not anything related to that. Oh, you know what it is? Is the Boolean. Sorry. I'm having an idiot moment. That was total, I was going to say blonde moment, but it's probably offensive to blondes, right? I'm not trying to be offensive. Only when I'm intentionally being funny. Like, I'm not trying to offend blondes. You know, maybe blondes are smarter than me. I'm not saying I'm smarter than a blonde. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe I am. So let us put an underscore on the Boolean. And we're just going to select these two, do a difference, and we're getting something like that. And let's just shift click. And something like that definitely looks... I'm just thinking, what can I work with? And I'm almost thinking, what can I do to make this work out more? For example, I can curve extract that and then remove the modifiers, which maybe we should have curve extract remove the modifiers, but that's a complicated decision. One doesn't just make that decision so readily. So we're just solidifying and just experimenting. Like, I thought maybe we could go for like something chunkier, but maybe something like that. You know, we're just having fun with it, and we're just doing unions back in. That exact Boolean is just nuts. When it's working right, it's a nutty bar. I love it. That's what I'm saying. Nutty bar probably sounds like it's a glitchy bastard, but no, it is equalizer. You know, every now and then Blender gets something that basically makes it relevant for another like period of years. That was like clipping on mirror. That was like the weld modifier, and now to keep it a little bit relevant for a little while longer, it now has the exact Boolean. Of course, it's got to be replaced with a faster version, so that way we don't have to always talk about exact with a disclaimer about, hey, this thing's going to choke your computer harder than Mozilla Firefox. Not even joking. Mozilla Firefox have been choking my computer so bad. I'm like, Mozilla, I've always loved you, baby. But Mozilla sure doesn't love me. That's all I'm saying. So let us change this over to extract, and we are just going to get in here and perform a few extrusions. Let's try to do the same thing we were doing over there. You know, because I got hometown advantage, we can just select fill. It just feels good. Not even, that's a fill joke and a fill joke. And it hits you in the fills. Let's see, I think I've been invited to a game. And I'm breaking their heart by not joining them. You know, I was curious in the game, but also I'm not curious in stopping working. Like, I'm just having a little after hours fun here. And I have videos for other after hour sessions that I want to post, but I'm just not sure if it's probably a Patreon thing for reals. Like, I can't force it on the public. I always want a big party with everybody. Like, I'm trying to hang out, guys. I'm not like trying to do anything weird. I'm just trying to hang out, guys. I want to have a good time with y'all and talk about ideas in the future and what ifs and like dystopia realities and stuff. Like, I'm trying to have fun here. That's why I get so mad when I'm inundated with bugs. I ain't trying to talk about no damn bugs. I'm trying to talk about what would happen if every president ever was a felon, because it's funnier. Not because every president we need to flip the normals on this, and I assume that's why sliding is going the opposite direction. No. The answer is I don't know why I have to move it the opposite way, but we're just trying to do the same thing we're doing over there, except this is how I would do it over in Blender. You know, if I was trying to just kind of work in the curvature, we would just do something like this. And of course, we probably want to move it back a little bit, you know, just have some fun here. And let us just move this. And of course, someone's commenting first. Okay. You know, when people say they unsub, that's not even a bad comment. Like, it's like, good, please. I'm nervous. I get stage fright. I'm trying to make a tool called stage fright. That's how stage frightful I am. Like, I feel like I could do everything if no one's watching. So if people are like, yo, I'm out of here. Thank you. Please go. You know, because if you're watching, hey, that makes me nervous. You know, people tell me IRL, they're like, hey, I'm watching. I'm like, please don't. Please don't. I'm just chilling. I'm just having a good time here. Trying to have a good time. But watch me. You watch me long enough, guys. Watch. I'm going to have a good time. And that good time's going to be ended. Alright? And it's not going to be because of me. I'm not going to end it. It's just going to be ended. Because that's how the rain works. Alright? And you just can't do anything about it. You know, it's a darkness in the world that takes over people. And as a result, there's just... enjoyment is not... I'm not even talking about the enjoyment people were having before they got Me Too'd. That's different. I'm saying the original form of enjoyment of just people just loving things. It's just another situation. So, I'm just looking at this thinking how I'm going to make this work out. So I think I'm going to just do it like so. You know, I just like to game it a little bit. And how far do I want to game it? Probably that bad. And we're just seeing how far we can game it. You know, where's machine when you need him, right? And I'm being sarcastic. Unless machine can fix this. In that case, where's machine at? Just playing, but you can't just drop every problem on machine. Even though every time we go after something, someone's like, oh, you know machine also has his hand in that pie. It's like, dang, machine just be finger banging pies. Never mind. Can I say finger banging in videos? Probably not. The editor's shaking his head. He's shaking his head. He's shaking his head very fast. Okay. Yeah, is that a yes? No. He's saying no. Okay, sorry. I must apologize to anyone who has been to summer camp, I guess. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to make that joke. I'm telling you, they just slip out. Just bad jokes. You know, the bad jokes, there's prevalent as the good jokes. You know, maybe they're all good jokes. It depends on what kind of a comedian you are. And using box cutter for topological work, just bae. I love it. And something like that will certainly do. And then we can just mirror it to the other side, and we're coming back. And something like that will do. Wow, these songs are so dramatic. When they're singing about these tools, like I'm telling you guys, they are pitching the craziest universes. So we're going to apply that. And the worst part about applying it is it's going to do all this damn marking because the auto smooth was in there. And also we got all this trash on the mesh, so that's even worse. So we got to jump up and insolve, you know, boop, 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 boop. Hey, someone wrote me today. They were like, insolve was too complicated. So I get this guy out of here. Just get him out of here. Just get him out of here. Get him out of here. All right. Look, if it's too complicated, I'm not telling you it's an easy to use system. Hopefully I'm not. I need to double check my literature. But in my mind, this program is better the more experience you have. You know, if you already have 3D experience, then yeah, you're probably in for a good time. If you have a lot of 3D experience, then yeah, you're going to have more of a good time than someone who... God, I beat this mesh up. All right. Look, are y'all going to tell people I beat this mesh up like this? Because I didn't know that it was going to... Never mind. I would make domestic violence jokes, and that won't even be funny. So, let's not. Instead, we will focus on the task at hand. And for this part, we just want it to work out right. So that's just a matter of us just kind of having the topology, just hold it a little bit just to be assistive. And this is just me being dynamic because, you know, I'm going to try to be more topological going forward instead of being such an in-gone guy, because I see that it may have spawned some sort of toxicity about polygons, which is insane to think about, and even more insane to explain to anyone who's not using Blender. Like, yeah, people are getting ugly over their modeling methods, and one of those modeling methods is not commercially viable, which is very bad. You know, we gotta get this cleaned up. We gotta get this cleaned up, guys. Otherwise, people are gonna think that I am literally promoting ZooDef as a you know, industry thing, and I'm not. I'm not. I keep saying that. I promote by the book modeling. I thought 100 videos about poly modeling would do that, but you know, hey, I'm back. I'm back for 100 more. I'm here for a 100 video term, and then I'm out again. Back into the shadows I go. And you know, when you have that sort of shelf life plan, you just do whatever you want, right? Like, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna throw this kitchen sink today. Not even my kitchen sink. I only have one kitchen. Let's mark the seam. And I keep looking at this area thinking what it'd be like to round it out, you know, to just bring it out like that. You know, would it help the shape, you know? And maybe just a little bit. And of course, having the normals at all, just not going to work. And also having the shading at all is just not going to work. And of course, to get rid of the shading, we have to get rid of everything else, because I just got to set things up to be different. You know, like I always say, there's a new meta to modeling, and what I mean by that is I got to figure out what that means for clean mesh, what that means for removing sharps, what it means for all the operators, you know, and their defaults, like what it means for sharpening. You know, what is sharpening? Do we sharpen now? Are we a sharpening group of people anymore? You know, and if you're here to say, I don't do any of this stuff, then yeah, you're watching the wrong video. If you're here following the plasticity video to be like a jerk about polygons, then hey, get on. Get on. If you found a superior way, then why are you here to tell me? What are you trying to be some rain? So we're just having a little fun here. And, you know, I just like to do certain little numbers. They're just classics. Like anytime, okay, I didn't mean to do that. So we'll press B to get rid of that. And we'll go ahead and give that a slight bevel. I know, it's like, I was about to use a different word for that, but I guess the best way to describe that was throbbing. You know, how epileptic. I will be sending that timestamp to be reviewed and rectified. And so from here, I'm just thinking about how we want to put our handle in here, because we're just having a little fun here. You know, handhelds are just a kind of design test. They're like a little modeling test. You know, you could make a cube, you could make a box, you could make a Yeti box, or, you know, when it comes to warming up, right? Not saying that's what you use the tools for. You warm up and then you move on to the real assets, the assets that you care about, the assets that you're going to get paid for the day. you know, that work stuff. If you're waking up and going to Box City all day, I hope you're selling those trips, you know. And I'm just thinking about how I want to do this, and we're going to try it this way. You know, I was trying to recall some things I learned from dealing with Stellar's gun for like 500 hours. AI is just killing it. And I would have that showing, streaming in the background, but no need. Today. This computer is going through it. Like, I'm afraid to even do anything with it now. We're going to Alt-X, press A, and we'll mirror this with the extra one. We'll Alt-X, press A with this one, also to mirror it over. And that's just to give us, actually, it's unique piece. And for this piece, we want to add a little more to it. Like, I know, I'm being kind of weird here, but it'll make sense in a moment, or it won't make sense. I mean, I don't know. I am prone to being an idiot. So let us just extract this, and we will get out of here, and let's put all those modifiers back. And we want the new piece and the piece that we had as a slice. And, you know, I'm just going to select this, inset. I know, this is like a really complicated way to work, but, you know, it's how I be thinking. More like I have CTE brain damage, not like look at my brain or admire it or anything like that. It's always like in a self-deprecating way. Anyone who knows me, they're like, yeah, you're way too hard on yourself, Jerry. I'm like, sorry, too hard on myself about that too. So we'll press Q, we'll do a union, so that way when we cut it out, we actually are getting that, and that piece will work a little bit better. We just want to have something that we can, like, I don't know, let's hit it with a uniquify, and now we can actually move this away, and we can press A here and mirror this over to the other side. So now we have that, and we want to make sure that everything is flat. But to make it flat, we have to remove any sort of normal information, and to get the shading just right, there we go, it's right. We don't have to do anything. But I do want to look at this. I keep looking at it and just analyzing it, and whenever it comes to cuts and separations and indicating their separations in Blender, coming over from plasticity, I'm just thinking very hard. You know, I don't just go between programs and, you know, not learn anything. Like, I mean, you know, I'm a permanent planner. I'm a party planner. I'm planning parties now, immense parties. People enjoyed the parties of Hard Ops. They decided they want parties all the time. It's like, all right, that's going to require a plan, party plan. What we want to do is rotate this, maybe something like so. Hey, if people are in the audience thinking, hey, which program should I use? Well, obviously, your family treasure is valuable, and you must spend it intelligently. And Jesus Christ, this is what we're dealing with when it comes to freaking... Why is it this way? Why is it so cruel to this mesh? Like, what is going on here? This is a difference. So we have to use exact to make this work. That's what we're dealing with. Alright, it's whatever. We're going to hit this with a Q and Smart Apply under Operations. Sorry, I get distracted by the text in the middle of the screen when I'm in the middle of it. I'm like, wait, did I do that? And it's not me doing that. It's factors beyond my Blender decisions. It's decisions made in a screen capping program. But, you know, we're just going to take this along. And, I mean, anyways, back to the thing. So, yeah, if you're torn between the two programs, then, yeah, don't let me take your family treasure from you. I've made that joke the entire time this tool has existed. People have always been like, well, I can't afford it. It's like, well, look, I don't want to take your family treasure. It's never been the goal. Like, look, if you got the diamond of Shyamalan and that's like the only thing you have, who am I to take it from you? Look, I'm just a guy trying to survive, all right? And because it's actually incredibly easy to die, and the thing is, I'm not even allowed to die, guys, or else I would just do it. I would just give up. But I have to tell, like, a bunch of people. I'm like, hey, And I'm giving up. They're like, wait, you're giving up? They know the implications of that. Like, it's terrible. No one wants you to give up, right? So, I think I mentioned in a previous video, I was on the verge of giving up. I was like giving people speeches. They were like, dang, are you... And they think I'm funny. Everybody thinks I'm funny when I give them the speech. I'm like, hey, I'm about to go Old Yeller. They're like, I never saw the movie. I'm like, all right, well, you're about to experience it. You're about to experience the movie Old Yeller. Whenever you're... I'm your dog, and you're about to lose your dog. All right, that's the story. But instead, I changed my mind. I decided, hey, I'm going to try to fight. I'm going to fight. I'm going to gain the fighting spirit. Instead of being a little girl, put down the soy. No, I'm playing. I'm not messing with soy. Soy is a rich man's thing to have. Also, if I had soy, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I would just forget to take it. You know, I'm an insure man. You know, like that old man geriatrics type stuff. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking how we can cut into it because, you know, we're just going to do a face extract and just extract that. And, you know, we can just get rid of these and we'll shift S and put it here and we'll put our origin there, or well, origin to selection, and Alt X, push it up above, and we'll press I, B, 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 I. All right, you know, I need results. That's why I keep pressing I and I keep pressing B. Not getting it, I'll keep pressing it, and I'll keep not getting it. That's the joke. So for this one, what we want to do is probably place an underscore right here, and that will prevent this cut from going too far, because we are trying to maintain a fairly tight mesh, but we are just getting in here and just having a little bit of fun, you know, just a little boop boop beep boop, you know. And down here, if we late parent, you can now move this thing out, and we just have like kind of this battery pack thing going on. But you know, we're just getting started with this mesh. So yeah, a little Box City. I don't want people to think that I forsake Box City. I will always love Box City. I will be its member. I will be its mayor, honorary mayor of Box City, me. Unless someone else is like, yo, I'm hitting it with 300 bulls every day, and then you're the new mayor of Box City. But I'm beginning to become a lot more obsessed with the history of things, especially at these add-ons, because, you know, as time goes on and we approach, you know, the end of them being add-ons and them becoming extensions, you know, it's made it apparent that, you know, we're going to have a WiiWare situation with add-ons. Like, they're just going to disappear from the lexicon and not be a thing, just be like a historical thing in the past. And if you're cool with that, that's great. Me, I'm like, oh my lord, this is serious. We got to do some Blender preservation on a massive level. Like, you know, what's important is, to me, the add-ons, but also the decals. Like, the decals of the eras of Blender are like important, and they have to like be historically preserved, and we need to do it outside of like the internet time machine or something. Like, it's got to be maintained like eternally, so that when I say, hey, Box Cutter 709 was the greatest version ever made, people are able to go and test that, and they're not like asking me for Box Cutter 709 because that's on a different computer, and I don't even have access to it. I mean, I do have access to it. I just gotta go in the other room, but, you know, I don't have access to it right now. And we're getting a little bit of slowdown from there. You know, I could put it on pause mode. And since it's being so, you know, laggy, I'm just gonna adjust it via this panel. And I almost want to go up here and check that button, but instead, let's extrude it. And let's press X, and we'll get something back like a slice. Alright. And what we want to do now is probably just begin, you know, getting these pieces to begin breaking. So I will go ahead and hit it with a smart apply. And, you know, we should probably use a little bit more in suite, at least, you know. Like, I never integrate bevel into my setup of working, And it's not like on purpose or anything. It's just an accident. Like it takes a while for me to, old habits die hard when it comes to me. And we're just setting ourselves up here by just adjusting our auto smooth. You know, we got some tight angles in here. Because of the geometry that we're dealing with, we probably want to cut through. So, you know, a little quarantining will just make them a lot more agreeable with each other. And then we could, of course, come back, grab this edge. And we don't have to grab it like that. We could grab one edge, jump all the way around. You know, so many new tools to add that I haven't fully calibrated to them. But one day I will, and you'll just be like, oh, wow, I can't believe he's using that tool all the time. It'll be like, yeah, it's now in my brain forever. And I'll always be thinking about it. You know, once it's in my brain, it just takes a moment to add these new behaviors to my muscle memory. So I know that that is a big ask with everyone who's getting the tool for the first time. They're like, man, he's asking us to learn a whole bunch of new muscle memories. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I feel bad about it, but it'll be worth it. And also I just cleaned the mesh. I didn't mean to clean the mesh. I wanted to clear the sharps. Let's go back, and I'm looking at the clock because, you know, just like with the plasticity one, don't want to spend too long, or else really the video will have to go and be private. And also if I start getting crazy comments, you know, I'll have to remove it, just because I want to cause a situation that can be avoided. You know, not trying to cause any public situations, but hey, if I'm able to have fun, we're able to have fun. But I just never knew that we were already co-opted by so many people of stronger persuasion. So, you know, I'm dealing with a lot of people that are just like told what to think. It's like, dang, man. Ooh, that. And I was worried on our Discord that people were being too base. I was like, listen, guys, we can't be base to new people. All right, they shouldn't learn about certain things from a Discord about beveling. So, and also, I'm trying to talk about beveling for reals, like, but also the real world is a melting situation that has to be analyzed very close. I mean, I should get out of here and find out what's going on with this Mr. Beast situation. Not because I watch Mr. Beast or anything, but every day they're like, it's over, and then it's not over. So, you know, today, is it over? It's probably not over, because people cancel and then they uncancel themselves. Like it's like a TV remote. They just hit the remote on the TV and they're back in business. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's how it be now. Like, if Kevin Spacey is in movies, you know, I think now he's actually downplaying what he did. He's like, you know, he just got drunk and groped people. Like, that's all he did, guys. Like, I mean, is that bad? Is it bad to grope people? I don't know. I was going to say I never groped anybody, and then someone will come out and say I groped them. In which case, I must apologize in advance for groping. You know, hey, I probably groped your wallet, groped your workflow. I groped something. You know, I'm a workflow groper. All right. If I had a LinkedIn, I would put that on my profile. I'd be like, all right, guys, if you come to me, workflow is possibly going to get inappropriately groped. Just kidding. And that's why I'm not getting jobs off of LinkedIn. Also, I stay off of LinkedIn. They sent me so many emails about me before I ever even got familiar with the platform. Just scared me. So if you're on there, you know, good job. Shout out to you. Not judging you. But I'm afraid of the bastards all the way. And we're still just working on our handheld. We have our display in the back where, you know, a person could, you know, theoretically get in here and just have a display that they manage, and how we make that display right. Like, compared to what we were struggling over there, you know, we might as well make a full-on display, right? Like, you know, if we don't have the limitations of CAD holding us back, you know, I'm just talking smack now. I'm allowed to talk a little bit smack, right? Because the program made me sweat and gave me stress in my office. You know, I say my office like it's a point of pride. Like, it is though. You know, considering at the beginning of my 3D adventure, I was a homeless man, basically. And now I have an office and 2 cats. And, you know, I was actually working on, when I was worried about the end times, I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna have to let go of my cats. You know, I would look at news that would talk about how people would be so poor that they would just abandon their pets, and I'd be like, who would abandon their pets? Man, this cat food is so nuts. It'd definitely be easier, and these cats just be clawing the ottoman and then look at me in the eye. So it's not like they're little angels. You know, if anything, these cats are like the opposite of angels. So I could see them getting dropped off in the country. Alright. So if you live near me, just be on the lookout. Apple might be popping up at a city dump. I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't be telling my cat that I'm making homeless cat jokes about them in videos. Because they'll get mad. They'll claw the ottoman even harder. You know, my favorite songs about tools are the ones that talks about people selling out all their hopes and dreams for tools. It's just funny. It's just the most emo thing. Like, I was really trying to channel the music from being a teenager. But, you know, sometimes I'll comment on a song on YouTube, and I'll say, hey, this song that you made, not AI music. I'm not commenting on AI music. Only AI dribble I tolerate is my own. But I'll listen to a lot of songs on YouTube, and I'll go and comment about how the song will basically hit a clear note, which is like a note that basically, you know, it brings a tear to your eye, right? Because it's just such a good song. So I call it the clear note. I'm like, ooh, that song hits the clear note. Sometimes you need a song that hits that note real good, you know? And I love it. Like, there's a song from Metal Gear Solid 5 where I forgot what it was, the song, but oh my god, there's some songs, like, there's human songs. When AI is able to compare with them, it'll be the end. Like, it'll be the end of everything. But they're catching up. And on the art side, I don't know. We're all a bunch of snooty artists, so when we look at AI art, we're like, oh yeah, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Even though, you know, whenever people are cruel to me about AI, they're like, hey, is this better than anything you've ever made ever in your life? It's like, why you been unnecessarily cruel, man? Are you trying to make me unfriend you? Because I will. I will literally stop talking to you because you're being a bit cruel. But, you know, when everybody was learning AI, when those first came out, I was totally being tormented by it because I was such a bastard about Blender with people that they were like, hey, I'm an artist now, right? And I'm like, no. I'm like, do you believe in God? Because you've offended him. All right. And that would just be what I would tell everybody. I'm like, yeah, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. And tormenting me, if you think that, you know, me being in an office for so long that I'm now blind and unable to see and angry at the world and, you know, sacrifice all of my time and beautiful appearance to, you know, work on tools, then and you're now able to just do it on your phone. Yeah, you're a monster. What do you think I was going to do? Give you a hug? Be like, wow, bro, you really sorted my little red wagon with time. No, get the hell out of here, you bum. Before I punch you in the throat. But that's just my experience with people in AI. And I mean that in a joking way, of course. Except for the part where I'm threatening to punch people in the throat. They don't get out of my face. So I went through all the stages of grief. I just have to always reiterate that now, I feel, with people, so they don't think that I saw AI and was like, hey, that's me, bud. No, it was a very long road. And I was against it for the majority of that road until I started to see that, you know, people need to be made exceptional. Like, they really do need it. It's just, right now, it's in a state where people are just misusing it and using it to trick old people and getting old people to, like, pray to flags and congratulate stuff and say amen to AI Jesuses carrying turkeys across a river. Like, I mean, there's so much AI Jesus dribble now that I don't even think I know Jesus anymore. Like, I don't know. I might have knew him before, but now, if there was a CAPTCHA in heaven and they're like, yo, choose the real Jesus, and it was like a bunch of religious memes. Look, Satan, I'm going to be right there. My bad. Look, is the food warm? Is everything hot? Is the food hot, or is it just hot? Is it like caliente or just hot? Because I could live with one of them, but not the other. And he's saying that no, it's just eternal hellfire hot in the worst way. I don't like that. And so we're just throwing in a bunch of cylinders, making some of them real, maybe pressing Shift V to just put them there, and we're just having fun. Double clicking. And what about some of these other ones? Maybe not so much. And we're just putting a few little details just here and there just to, you know, put it in a near finished state. It's almost finished. Alright, and the more I add details, the more this thing, like, is giving me confidence. Like, at first I was, like, kind of not confident. I was like, hey, guys, I made this. I hope you guys like it. But now, it's like, dang, guys, I made this. And, you know, I was about to make a joke about my girlfriend, but she won't like it, and she also won't do it. But I should go out and demand loving, sweet loving, because I made this asset. But life doesn't work that way. She'll be unimpressed. She'll be unimpressed with me. She's gonna be like, you spend all day working? You didn't spend any time with me. Get out of here. You can finish the rest of the day alone, young man. And, you know, by the rules of her, she's right. She's right. So what can I do? We're just having a little fun here. And we also want to go ahead and just do a little... custom. Sorry, I get distracted by some of the most beautiful AI music I've ever heard. I just wish that I wasn't entranced, but I have never heard some of the... It's just crazy. Alright, so we're just continuing. And you hear it, and it makes you want to model all day. And that's the part that I hope people connect with and don't dismiss it off the bat about human morale. And that, you know, I see a whole ton of things that if we were having a serious logical discussion about AI, we could be talking about some things that are like are scary for the future. Because, I don't know, kids might not be learning right now, but I could see AI engaging them on a very catered level. And they will either want to learn or have to learn, or it'll be inevitable, and they're going to be teaching kids things we don't want them to learn. So what I want to do from here is bring this back, and because we're in additive mode, we didn't move that one, and I just love that. That means we're lucky. I got a little serendipity going there. That is the luck of the draw. And this is a little tonk boy. I'm going to have to save it because the patrons would definitely love this little asset. And, you know, per the rules of the game that I play now, I gotta stop making assets that I'm not willing to clean up, because that's being a lazy bum. And if I'm being a lazy bum, then I do deserve to be homeless. Alright. So I kind of gotta solve it. Alright. I mean, or I could just be a lazy bum. Like, I mean, really, I deserve to be a lazy bum, you guys. Like, I should be able to go play Metal Gear on the couch and fight. I think I'm fighting Ninja right now. Alright, let's apply the rotation. And then we'll move this over. And we'll move this over. Alright, we want... Where's the next one at? We'll press V, so it's following the mouse. Who knows? Sometimes Blender will just change something and just break something just for reasons beyond my understanding. So from here, I'm beginning to sweat, so I'm going to press I. Heat means that I've been in the office too long, and also the computer's getting hot, and oh god. Let's try it through face extract. You know, I'm just like thinking about what my options are here. You know, face extract is still my favorite. And we'll, we're just trying to think about what pattern we will put here. And I'm going to pause it because I'm getting really, really, really hot. Alright, back in business. So we're going to use Hops tool, and I'm going to bring in like, you know, I like to bring in honeycomb and experiment with honeycomb. Even though honeycomb is like not versatile. Which is strange to say, right? It's like, dude, you're talking smack about your own tool. Yeah, get used to it. My goal with my channel is to take back my ability to just be myself. I want to be myself. I don't want to have to be fake. I'm just a normal guy, guys. Sort of. Maybe slightly abnormal. And we're just inspecting the mod order. So right here, we're making the pattern, and then it's all good until we duplicate it, solidify it, then clone it. Like that part I just don't like. So we should maybe take this to solidify. Let's see, I'm trying to find it real fast. Oh, I'm rolling the wheel backwards, that's what's going on. And we want to hold shift, and we're just rolling it to the end of the stack, and then we're rolling back up the stack now. It's backwards, so it's like messing me up, but look, now we're cloning it, duplicating it again, duplicating it again, and right here we actually want to inspect what's going on because we want to start merging, right? So let's do a weld, and I'm just moving the mouse so gentle, like surgery. And we now have, let's press A, like the fonts, just to start, not applying. We're not applying. We are collapsing, all right? And from here, we have solidify. We'll put solidify after weld. So now our modifier is, you know, all of the stuff to build it, then it's arrayed, and then it's welded, then it's solidified, then it's smooth. So at the end, the shading's just right. So we have a shape that's actually manageable. But really, we're going to need to duplicate this. Even though this is a better array, and I should have array, not array, it's a better honeycomb, and we should have honeycomb to be modified to be this way because it's better. But, you know, we're just trying to get this pattern to deform around this. And so, you know, what's one way that we could do that? You know, what's 2 ways we could, what's 5 ways we can do that? I'm going to try it a weird way. Let's do it this way. We're going to just cut a line, and then I'm going to just cut that line out. And we're just going to take that line and make it useful to us. So where is it at? Maybe is that what's supposed to happen? No. All right. So look, we extracted a part of this, and so that means that we should have it exposed in the cutter collection. We want to bring it over to this one, and it's like kind of hard because indication is just one of those things. Like I'm hyper obsessed with indication in 3D. But 3D doesn't care about indication. They don't care about indicating shit. Alright, so that's why everything doesn't indicate nothing. Alright, it's not, god damn, and Blender just closed. They just ended it. Look, I had a big ass plot about the king over here in the background because I was like writing about it being in a story, and I started writing a country song about being sad about booleans and exact booleans. So I'm trying to be funnier. I'm gonna be funnier in music, so because you guys probably don't get all my cringe stuff about add-ons and the add-on-verse, but you know, as it comes together, it should be more interesting, I think. So, look, I don't like that Blender just ended my career right there. You know, I could have ended the video earlier, and it would have actually had me in a good place. And now I have to drag this autosave, and bada bing, bada boom. What am I complaining about? Blender's like, shut the hell up. And also, make sure you save it, you idiot. All right, so we got a file saved. I'm just making sure I'm not accidentally exposing anything in my save files. Like, I don't know. I never usually think about stuff when I'm saving files, but, you know, I never know. Lately, I've been dealing with people who are just, like, lurking me. And they're like my dang enemies. Like, dude, why are you lurking me and you don't even like me? That's... Look, that makes me paranoid, alright? It's also not nice. Thought we were friends, bro. And, you know, what if I was like telling you, hey, in this field, there's no such thing as friends. There's only enemies and foes. That sound all dystopian. That's so depressing. But might be the case. You might be your only friend. You might not even have a friend, you know. Because my first thought with people is to be naive. Like, oh, I should just trust them. Because it's easiest. It's easier to trust people than it is to even ask questions. Origin to cursor, and let's Alt P, clear and keep transformation. We'll select this, select these two, press P, not P, press Q, curve modifier, and we'll just change the axis till it's something logical. I guess that's fine. Control T, 9-0, and we just turned a random mesh into what we're needing here. So cut me a little slack for it not working. I mean, of course, it's not going to work because we kind of just did this out of a piece of the mesh and we didn't care about the orientation of the curve, and that's why it's being a pain in the neck. But I'm obsessed with difficulties. I mean, you'll never believe me, but all I can do is keep showing it in content, being like, hey, let's go find something that's difficult to be frustrated by, and then we go get frustrated by it, and I might win, I might lose, might come away looking dumb, be a highlight reel on someone else's Discord somewhere, and that's fine. You know, we do have to move this up, and also we have to put an underscore because we don't want to break anything past this. Like whatever's going on upstairs on this thing ain't my problem anymore. So we just put an underscore. Not my mesh, not my problem. Just kidding. It is my mesh. We added it, and if you have hops cutter, it is your mesh too. Let's select both of these, and we're just going to do a slash. And we don't need to do a slash. We want to do a intersection. We could have done slash and just deleted the fat, but you know it's easier to also. So now I'm listening to basically an abusive sales song. They're also very funny. I was trying to do all sorts of different sales pitches where I was like, can you be abusive to the viewer? Like tell them they're a loser, tell them they're going to drown if they don't have the tool. And as a result, those results I think are really cool. I could end it there, but let's really analyze what we have here. Just kidding. We can't analyze it like that. Let's analyze it. All right. Let me zoom out. All right, and I'm just thinking about how we didn't deal with solidification until it got extruded. I mean, until it got. Otherwise, if we were dealing with it on an individual level, we could have each of them individually shrink, which is like the pattern I'm going for. And the path to make it do it at this point, we're talking about hard things. So we send it back upstairs. I know. People aren't going to like this. People are like, what? My cousin's great grandmother's cousin niece said to never do that to a mesh. It's like, yeah, I know. And you should probably listen to your cousin sister too. You know, cousin sisters have never led us wrong. All right, I should stop doing that. I should stop before I make before I start making West Virginia jokes again. Let's move it up here. How do we get... Oh, there's a second array, and I'm like, when does that happen? When does that happen? And so right here, it does the displace, and then it moves on. So what if we got weird with it? We just duplicate it, we hide it, we don't talk about that one no more. We apply this to this, and this, and don't tell anyone I did that, all right? You know, when I'm bragging in the clubs and I'm saying, hey, I'm the non-destructive bro, all right? ND bro. I'm ND bro. I kept the meshes so non-destructive the whole time. You know, when I'm telling people that, don't be interrupting me being like, well, actually, there was that one time you applied the modifier. Because, look, we're not going to get girls that way. But if we just tell them, like, yeah, I was non-destructive the whole time, you know, we might get to go back to their room where they will take all of our money and leave us naked outside. But we'll tell people, though, we totally scored, all right? So let us clean the mesh and Alt-X, push it back over to the other side. And we're just fixing the shading by just kind of, this little thing I'm used to. I'm just used to removing the shading and putting it back. And so for this area, I almost do want to do some weird stuff here. Like, I mean, exact booleans are just, they're just part of the course. I mean, par for the course now. Like, I mean, I got to always try them and fit them in places and make meshes uncomfortable with them. Because, for one, it's funny. It's like saying something to your grandpa to make him uncomfortable. Same thing with a mesh. It's like, hey, can you merge this? Exactly. It's like, technically I can't, but you can, so try it. It's like, stop, Blender, you're drunk. You know, that's if it lets you. And we'll hit this with a clean mesh. And, you know, let's look at it through Alt V, or no, Control Shift B. And we're just looking at our helper to see what we're doing. So with our final one, we just want to make sure that that is on exact. So that way we are doing the exact Boolean thing. You know, just have a little fun here. And a couple of, you know, and then we array that, you know, just to really maybe here. And then we apply the rotation. And let's try arraying again. And, you know, I'm not wanting to solve all of that. So I need to really think about these decisions. There's a meme, I've been meaning to post some videos of a cat showing how concept artists be designing stuff knowing they never have to refine it. And it's just funny to me. I'm not even talking smack. I'm really not. I'm not trying to ever talk smack about anyone. I'm just having fun in videos. Just trying to have fun. People aren't allowed to have fun anymore. Fine. I'm going to go join Kevin Spacey. No, I can't. He groped me. No, I'm playing. Did I already make that joke in this? Yeah, I can't be making jokes across videos, you know, about the wrong context. You know, so if in a video I'm talking about Sex in the City, I gotta stick with that in that same video. Can't be having a multi-topic discussion on Sex in the City and all the new characters they added. And just like that, which that was a joke in the release log. That one's for the ladies. Just playing. There's no ladies watching. They've been chased off by all you base dudes in the Blender community. Alright. I think I mentioned that in a video too. Is like I would get messages about how toxic it is to just be a girl. Because all the guys are just always talking about the most like masculine toxic stuff. So I mean, I just had to give up on it because I mean you tell one person to calm down and you're censoring them for the potential conversation of someone else. And I mean, it's not like I'm trying to create I'm all inclusive for booleans and bevels, but other than that, I mean, I can't really deal with anything beyond that. You know, things get kind of nuts past that. Not even that robust as a person to be sensitive to anything else beyond software needs. So let us take this and we need to array it. But only thing we could do is a visual transform, and you know, let's try it again. Visual geometry to mesh, and then we can actually get in here and move it. I'm pressing V. I mean, my hotkeys are being displayed, so I don't have to say anything, right? And we'll just press I. And we're just being weird, having a little fun with this, and just like that. We got in and just kind of made a quick little handheld, even though we can take it further and further and further. Like, I mean, we probably need some buttons on the back, probably need a few cylinders merged on the front. Really, I do need this shading to be correct. So really can't be just goofing that up. So if you're following my channel intimately, you got 2 After Dark, MX After Dark segments while I'm waiting on this damn computer. Let's take a look at this thing in edit mode. Does this thing have an edit mode? Go in edit mode. Alright. And the easiest way to deal with the shading here is to just Control E, mark sharp, call it a day. And then we don't have to mess up the shading in other places. Except for the areas where we are messing up the shading. So, like right here, we just want to lower the auto smooth to right when it's painful. And now we have the shading back, and let's take a look at this part. Alright, and we're just going to grab this and Control E, mark sharp, and we're just smoothing up the shading a little bit because we can go through and convert to subdivision and it'll be good to go. But we're just kind of having fun, just modeling a quick shape, just getting in there and having fun with Hops Cutter. So I will end it there, and that way I don't take up too much time. So, you know, we'll add a camera and scale it back. And I actually want the camera to look at this in a good way, you know, like so. Maybe a little bit up. And we can make this like 500. And we'll select this piece at the bottom, and we can actually jump that over to be a... Alright, we want to make sure that the shading is good. Okay, so everything is marked. So we want to... easier just clear it in edit mode. Just clear it in edit mode than it is to just remove everything and then put it back again, which is what they were going to ask us to do. And then from here, we are just looking at our quick handheld, and then of course we got to adjust that auto smooth to be just a little bit more forgiving. But just like that, we have our little chonky little handheld that you can use to scan androids to make sure that they're androids and they're not AI constructs, because if they are AI constructs, they're going to come and take everything that we have. They're going to take all of the milk that's inside of us, the milk of creativity. They're going to take it away from us, and we don't want that. So with that, I will wrap up this video and really walk away from the computer for reals. Like, I actually hurt my body standing up so long, so now I'm sitting down, and now I'm just going to walk away from the computer. So I finally take a break. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
We can